Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to another video. Now, today we will be looking at how to platoon. We have made a few videos about this in the past, but lately there have been so many people in a platoon that just does not know how to platoon, and in fact there is just no point them actually being in a platoon. Now, when you're working in a platoon, or when you are in a platoon with either a friend or whoever, someone in your clan, then it is absolutely vital that you communicate with each other, that you work well with each other, know what each other is doing. Now, some people, you could have the two best players in the game. If they don't work well together, they don't work well together. But you could also have, like, for instance, me and Fizzy. Me and Fizzy are not the best players in the game, but when we platoon, we work really, really well together. We kind of know what each other is going to do. And when you've got two of them in a platoon, then you can actually win probably between 70 and 80% of your battles. If you work well together and just work as a team, even if it is just used to know what each other's doing, you will win a lot more, trust me. Now, we're watching two AMX50Bs here. Now, this is even more important when you're running in a platoon of clippers. It is even more important to work well together, because working well together in clippers, you can really get that damage from the enemy team down very, very quickly. You can kill those tanks very quickly when you have 6 shells all coming at you at 400 alpha damage. You can really work well together, and you can honestly, you could win a lot of your battles if you just do a few certain things. Now, they haven't really worked together at the moment. They've kind of been playing their own game, but when they need to, they will start working as they should, as part of a platoon. Now, the E100 is down, and we're about to see what I'm talking about with the communication wise. You could just see that there. Vexels, help. Tommy, affirmative. Now, I always say being on voice communication, like Discord or however you speak to someone, is absolutely vital. But you can, even this game, I can already tell that these two are not on voice together. I mean, they could be, but I mean, it doesn't look like they are. When they're hitting them commands like help and okay, affirmative or whatever, then you can kind of tell that they're not actually on voice comms together. So it is now a 4 versus 3. Now, Tommy is almost a full hit points. He's just taken a shot there from the T57, and his platoon mate is only on 650 hit points. So what Tommy is going to do is just watch how close they stick together. They stick together really, really, really closely. And what Tommy is going to do here is absolutely vital. Now, he wasn't expecting the 121B to stay alive as he did. But what he was actually doing, he was pushing far enough forward. So if that tank does kill that 121B, then he will be in the way of his AMX50B, who's only on 650 hit points, and he's going to do exactly the same thing here. You can see the 50B, or his platoon mate, just backing up, letting him pass, because he can take a few shots, whereas if his platoon mate takes a shot, he will be a one shot. So what Tommy's doing here, he is just taking the lead and taking the shot and just absolutely working well together, bringing these targets down and just sharing their hit points. And you can see Tommy there, he was willing to give up some hit points to keep his platoon mate alive. Absolutely perfect. Now, this was a tiny bit of a mistake here. You could see the T57 coming around, and Tommy only slightly went forward a bit, but that was enough to for the T57 to come around and clear his platoon mate. But at this point in the game, he is a 2-shot, and Tommy is able to take him out. So that was an absolute perfect battle. Perfect in almost every way, apart from that end bit there, and apart from sort of the beginning bit where they kind of didn't work together. But you can see when they was around sort of that side of the C cap, you could see how Tommy was trying to take the shots, or he was willing to take the shots from his platoon mate. And you could see that the distance between them both was very, very short. Now, there are a few different ways to platoon, and some of them might not be next to each other. I mean, Tommy could be at C here, and his platoon mate could even be up there by A. And as long as you're working together, then if you're on voice comms with each other, then one of you could say, right, I'm over here, I'm fine, I don't need your help. And then, but if you do get in a bit of trouble, you can actually say to him, look, dude, I need your help. And he may be able to get shots off from the other side of the map. But when you're working in a pair as clippers, it is absolutely vital, like basically auto loaders or auto reloaders, it is absolutely vital that you work together. Two clippers in a platoon, or two good players using clippers in a platoon, is absolutely scary. It really is scary when two tanks are just rushing you and there is literally nothing you can do about it. So it is absolutely vital that you work well together, you communicate with each other, know what each other's doing, know how many shots each other's got, and know when each other is on a reload. And again, with the hit point sharing, that is an absolute must, and that is what I loved about this battle. Tommy was willing to give them hit points up to keep his teammate alive, and ultimately that won them the game. And of course, the damage that they pumped out between them was over 11,000 damage. I mean, his team did 16,000 damage. Him and his platoon mate alone did 11,000 of that. And well-deserved ace, definitely a well-deserved ace. 6,200 damage for him, 5,000 damage for his platoon mate. And overall, a really, really, really good game, good platoon game. Shame, unfortunately, he couldn't quite keep his teammate alive there, but it was at the stage where he could afford for his teammate to die. He had enough hit points to take out the T-57. Even if he was to get a clip into him, he would have still been alive, and he would have easily won that game. But well done, used to. That is a perfect example how to platoon, and this is what you guys should start doing. Start watching these kind of games and just really, really work well together. If you're both driving an AMX-50B, don't one of you go left and one of you go right. Stick together as close as you can, not too close so you start blocking each other, but close enough that you can see each other's targets, what you're firing. You can see the same targets. You know where each other's going. If you're going to go and cap together, so you're capping a lot quicker. Just really stick close to each other and just communicate. Once you start doing that, you will start winning a lot more. Trust me, doing it like this, you will win 70 to 80% of your platoon games. You just need to implement that. You need to realize how to platoon properly. So I hope this helps, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did. I will see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye. With